And welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man X4. Last time we finished up the first two Maverick stages we gotta get to. This time around we're going to be starting off with Magma Dragoon. Now, this guy is not too far removed from the order that I did him in originally, moving from 1 to 3, but we are going to be taking a slightly different route after I finish up with him. This level, on the whole, is not too different as Zero, since it's more about platforming than any amount of combat. Here, showing off Zero's new skill that he learned from Split Mushroom, which is, oh man, I gotta check the name on this, Hienkyaku. Also, he can double jump off of that. Sorry, I wanted to call him Ryu because he had the laser katana, and, you know, Ryu got that at the end of Ninja Gaiden, and also I'm just not thinking very hard right at the moment. Plus, we're fighting a guy who uses Hadoukens and Shoryukens. It's an acceptable mistake to make, right? Right? Both Capcom games, right? I'm not being stupid, am I? Anyway, this enemy right here, these guys that shoot the missiles, these are the one enemy that behave differently whether you approach them as X or Zero. If you remember, as X, they would fire the top missile, the lower missile, and then they would fire two missiles at once. As Zero, they just alternate between the two missile patterns, and then that's it. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm getting a little screwed up here. Let's just rush on ahead. I'm so bad at playing this game while talking, I've noticed. I really need to work on my skills. I used to be really good at these games, actually. I got a copy of Mega Man X Anniversary Collection, and I seriously spent like the entire summer that I got just playing the games in order, and I got really good at them, actually. Unfortunately, those days have kind of left me behind. As for how Zero's new jumping attack kind of functions, I keep getting the pattern wrong. It's bottom, then top. I don't know why I keep wanting to think it's top, then bottom. But as far as it compares to his normal jump slash, I don't really like it that much, largely because it has a lot more active frames, and that causes a lot of lag when you are clashing against the boss's invincibility frames, because the frames kick in after the attack just initially connects, so it's going to be really noticeable with certain fights that we get to later in the game. Going into the Magma Dragoon fight, we are going to be ditching the ride armor, which I might be having some problems here, because I actually took a few hits I did not intend to, and I had bad luck with getting health ups. But that is just what we're going to deal with. And Dragoon's motivation, much as it was in X's story, well, we're not going to get it here. In fact, he says even less to Zero than he did to X. Whoops. I knew I was going to misread his movements there. But for dealing with him, for dealing with Magma Dragoon as Zero, best to go in with jump slashes. Wait for him to land his jump kick before going into the jump slash, otherwise it's not going to time correctly to avoid his Hadouken. And as you can see, we're already getting a little bit of what I was talking about, of the slash kind of lagging the game out because it clashes against his invincibility frames. So yeah, I don't really like that aspect of it. Oh jeez, I'm doing terrible. Alright, let's just hit him here. Now, Zero can actually cut through these meteors with the Z-Saber, so... Oop, can I get him? Yes! Got him! Oof, just barely. Again, not balancing commentary and gameplay very well here. Let's see what Dragoon's got to say. Spoiler, he's going to give the same motivation that he gave for X. Oh gee, I wonder who. Not like we haven't already seen the game again. Oh, you didn't even say it was a good fight. Yeah, whatever. That was kind of interesting, though, that he said he was working directly with Repliforce there, rather than just being there by happenstance. Anyways, for defeating him, we get the Rio Engine, which is a special move, utilized by pressing the triangle button on an original PlayStation 1 controller. Here it is, of course, mapped to the X button, which is, of course, in the reverse orientation of where it was on a PlayStation controller, so that's confusing. But yeah, we'll show that off when we get in. We're heading to Frost Walrus next. Announcer. Thank you, good buddy. But yeah, we're going to Frost Walrus because it is a fire move, so we can get the health upgrade in this area now. Plus, here it is in action. This is the Rio Engine. We can also get the EX tank with Split Mushroom's ability. Now you'll notice I'm going the wrong way for the health upgrade. I just wanted to come this way because you notice a couple health upgrades up here. Extra life right here, more, or not health upgrades, health pickups. This is the area to go to if you want to fill out your sub-tanks, if you need them. I, of course, don't need them, so this is just extraneous to me. But if you want to fill out your sub-tanks really quickly before tackling the final levels, this is the level to go to. Just take that top route, and you will find a bunch of health pickups to fill them up. Yeah, the upgrade to, I keep on calling him Ryu, Zero's jump attack. It is very good against random enemies. Let's see. The double jump allows Zero to clear areas much more easily than X can in certain cases when you otherwise have to commit to the platforming. Here we can just bypass it with some well-placed double jumps and wall kicks. Very nice. Heading over this way, we will, of course, take the Slippy Slidey Ice Slide, because that is fun. And we just gotta wait until we get to the wall. Hopefully I can get here before it breaks, and we did. Now, I think you can just barely make this with a dash jump, but it's just so much easier to just double jump, get up there like that. Why mess around with it when I can just do that? I think you can get it with a dash jump, if you so choose, if you want to do this in a particular order while still getting all the upgrades. Let's head on this way. I didn't really comment on it in the last time we came here as X, but you may notice Frozen and Ice, there's a couple of Mavericks from previous X games, like at the start there was Blizzard Buffalo, and coming up here, I believe we're going to have Chill Penguin frozen in a block of ice. They've seen better days. Let's just go here. Yeah, is that him? No, I think that's a random robot. I know you see him somewhere. There he is. He was close by. Poor guy. And here is this guy again. Again, we just want to hit him towards the top of his arc. And, of course, I screw up there. We want to hit him towards the top of his arc in case he does a swipe. That way we can avoid that. Just dodge around when he comes crashing down. Yeah, he keeps curling up his fist. This guy is a lot easier to defeat as Zero without using his weakness. Although, what the heck, let's show off the weakness. Yeah, as you can see, oh wow, that utterly destroyed him. Yeah, when Rio Engine is good against things, it is very good. Heading into the snow base, the only thing we really have to look out for is, once again, the weapon tank. The weapon tank is almost completely useless as Zero. Zero does have a weapon or an ability that works with the weapon tank, but we do not have it yet, so it is kind of irrelevant at this point. And even when you do have it, it is not exactly the most helpful thing in the world, I will admit. But, you know, that it's for completion's sake. And geez, I'm getting hit with all sorts of explosions here. The blue background is making it kind of hard to see those bullets. Let's do that, and ow, screwed that up a little bit. There we go. Now we're up, and let's just get that weapon tank. What the heck, let's do it like that. There we go. Now we can get on with the rest of the level. It is actually a little difficult to hit the snowbirds as Zero because there's just so many enemies around here. It's so easy to just get caught up on them and keep taking hits. Yeah, but I should be able to handle it just well, and who cares if they really freeze it. It makes the level more interesting if it gets frozen. Oh, health upgrade, or health pickup. Why do I keep saying upgrade? I guess I just like the word upgrade. Health pickup. Want to pick those up, even if I don't need them. They're filling up my sub-tanks that I will never use, ever. My skill with Mega Man X1 and all the SNES Mega Man X games really has kind of waned enough that I do kind of need the sub-tanks for the final bosses because they are hard. I was also, last time I played Mega Man X5, I was really struggling with Sigma's final form, and it took me forever to beat him with just using the 2 sub-tanks. Of course, if you use the ultimate armor in that game, which you could actually get fairly instead of with a cheat code, he is ridiculously easy, because you just spam Nova Strike until he falls over dead. What was I talking about? Frost Walrus, here he is. He's older than you. He is your elder. Don't be so disrespectful. This is the exchange of the 2 dullest wits. Anyway, as you can imagine, Frost Walrus is weak to the fire move, so we'll just hit him, much for the same reason as I don't use Rising Fire with X against him. It slows down the fight considerably, because it sends him back against the wall with so many iframes. So what I like to do is do that jump slash there. Oh, I was standing a little too close. And then back up a little bit and just do a combo. And that does some pretty good damage. Here he is, sending his icicles at us. Me stuttering on my own words. Oh, let's back up while he does that. You do not want to be standing in that big ice cube because you will get hurt by it. Just be sure to hit those little spikies there as you're coming down. Do not want to be hit by those. You should be able to take him out with one more jump slash. There we go. Easy peasy. Not a challenging fight in the slightest. Frost Walrus is probably the easiest Maverick in the game, really. Capcom seems very keen on big, slow ice bosses who do not require much effort to defeat, regardless of whether or not you use their weakness. And there we go. For defeating Frost Walrus, we get Hyoretsu-zan. I have to admit, the pronunciation of the announcer there is actually pretty good. He does not stumble on it at all like I do. Although I'm not sure if he is 100% accurate. But yes, hold down while jumping and pressing the special move button, and you will do a Icy Dive. Now let's head on, and if you remember, last time as X, when we defeated 4 Mavericks, something else happened. We got interrupted and we had to go to a fight with the Colonel. Something very much similar happens when we get to that point with Zero. Let's see what it is. Heading back to the base, Iris holds us up here. And Colonel, once again, contacts us, letting us know that he will be at Memorial Hall. Be there or be square. Iris is really against the idea of us fighting her brother. Zero, on the other hand, is like, he's insulted my honor. Let's go!
Colonel! What? I'm disappointed in you, Colonel! Ah!
What do you think you're doing?
It's not too late. Stop the coup now!
Never.
If that's your decision, prepare yourself!
Stop, please! Brother, please! Don't you remember? Zero saved my life.
Oh. Very well then. I'll spare your life for now. But next time, there'll be no mercy.
Zero, please, don't fight with my brother. If you do, I'm afraid that one of you may end up...
Someone must stop Repliforce.
Zero!
The voice acting in this game is a treasure. I especially like, this isn't the voice acting, but I like the loud clanging steps that all the characters make when they walk. Apparently they haven't figured out the soundproofing on the Reploid steps there. I used to have a friend who got really hung up on the fact that Zero wildly mispronounces the word coup and pronounces it as coop, like a chicken coop. I wonder if this guy ever went on to do any more acting. Kind of sounds like a young Vic Mignogna, which is not a comparison you really want to have made today. Anyway, here we are at Slash Beast, probably going to be the closest to the order I did this in for X. I believe I did this as Stage 6 for X, so, you know, not that far off, but I'm just coming to this guy, get him out of the way, and should be able to mix up the order on the other Reploids. We're not going to have his weakness, but I'm more or less going to show off the majority of the weaknesses in the boss refights, because it's kind of hard to have them all in the appropriate situation, unless you do Web Spider first, which we already did him first as X, so why bother? This level is not too terribly different as Zero. In fact, he kind of does. This is one of the ones where he kind of does better, because he can just swing wildly as he goes forward and take out everything that comes in his way, whereas X has to kind of time his charge shots or have the stock shot at the ready. So yeah, this one's not too bad. Heading forward and ever onward, we've got tons of bats to take out, just so many. It's an infestation of robot bats. Whenever I think of bats, I think of that scene in the Chris Farley movie, Black Sheep, where they're hanging out in the cabin and they notice there's a bat there and they fail really miserably to catch it. Anybody ever see that movie? I had it on DVD in a box of various DVDs, so I watched it more than most anyone should probably watch it. In my defense, I used to put movies on just as background noise. I didn't really pay too much attention to them. Cannot believe how many times I've played the original Iron Man movie on a portable DVD player. I almost sent myself into the abyss there. Having a lot of trouble actually doing jumps when I intend to do them. Anyways, this fight, not too different from how it plays out as X. The damage that Zero does to this thing is weirdly low with this combo. Maybe I should stick to jump slashes, but whatever. I managed to do it without taking any damage, so whatever. Oh, right, I didn't show off his new skill. Just jump, hold down, press triangle, or whatever button you have, and you drop down with an Ice Spire. Luckily, all of Zero's special moves are mapped to a dedicated button, so you don't have to worry about doing the majority of them by accident. This one, the jump slash, of course, you get no choice in the matter. It is there. It means that, honestly, really, because so many of Zero's upgrades are just always on by default, you can't really do a true low percent run as Zero, which is kind of a shame in my opinion, but it is what it is. Heading forward with the ride armor, let's just blow up a few more carriages. Why not? It is fun to do so. Sometimes I don't even tend to do so, but you know, the sweeping motion of the laser blade is just so big, it just wants to destroy these things. Why even bother with the other ride armor? He is just a hassle. But he was committed to dying. Yeah. Kind of the downside of the way Zero and X are handled in this game is that there's not really too much to say as far as the main levels go. The main differences, of course, are the greater number of cutscenes in Zero's story and the handful of different bosses that he have, which, honestly, one of the unique bosses he has, I kind of like it better than one of the unique bosses that X has, which we will get into later. And then, of course, there's one of the shared bosses between the two of them that is famously terrible, which anybody who's played this game already knows which fight it is. If you've seen the X playthrough, then you already know which fight it is, or you can probably safely guess, but we'll discuss it when we get there. Earlier when I was practicing, I kind of had a problem where I was jumping forward and I would just land in those laser turrets because I was not being careful enough. That seems to be a running theme of when I take damage. I'm just not being careful enough. I know the way to dodge things, I just do not remotely apply it correctly at all times. Here's Slash Beast coming in like the cool guy that he thinks he is. Oh, we dare. Zero doesn't even have a comeback to that. He just wants to get down to brass tacks. He's already done with this. Anyways, Slash Beast can be a little annoying if he decides to do his energy kick. If you're standing right in front of him, it can be very difficult to dodge it. So let's just be careful here. Probably better to just kite in with jump slashes and then back up. Yeah, like that. If I was standing right in front of him, there was a very good odd that I was going to get hit by that. So, whoop, there he goes doing that. Very easy to avoid it once you, or if you keep a reasonable distance from him. When he does the, energy slash and he's you're dashing towards him, that's a good opportunity to hit him with a combo. And let's see, he's gonna do his leap. Whoop. Almost. Again, I am not respecting my own advice here. I really should be kiting him. Oh, whoops. And yeah, take him out like that. Almost no damage, but of course I choke right at the last moment. You ever notice that when you notice that you aren't taking any damage, it's like, oh man, I might do this no damage, and then right at the end you choke and take a hit? Always, always. Alright, but that's Slash Beast taken care of. What stage will we go to next? We'll just hang on the edge of your seat. Shipuga, a move that even when I am exploiting the enemy's weaknesses, I never remember to use this one. You use the special move button while dashing, and you activate what the game describes as a powerful attack. Instead, what it is an attack that comes out very quickly, and it's very hard to time and connect, because it doesn't reach as far as you'd like, and it goes by surprisingly fast. It's actually really difficult to time it without accidentally running into the enemy. But that is neither here nor there. That is where we will call this video. When we come back, we will finish up the remaining Mavericks and take care of the spaceport. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you then. But until then, goodbye.